On this episode, I hit the road on some pretty brutal tracks. It really gives my dodgy back a good old test. And I find out my accommodation burnt down. Oh well, I guess you get that on the big jobs. Enjoy! I've made it to Broken Hill. I've done the repairs for the bike. I've tightened up the engine mounts. It turns out there was actually no Loctite on the right hand side. That's why they came loose. Unfortunately my front tyre is not ready. It's not in yet, which is fine. I'll cruise back the way I came to Wellkanye and then make my way towards Cameron's Corner and check it all out up there. So I've got the tools now to sort myself out if it does come loose again. And yeah. Well, the road's open, so I guess we'll keep going. An hour and 42 minutes. Roughly it says here, but it's about 140 kilometres and it turns dirt about halfway, if not earlier. So we'll see how we go. Let's keep moving. Well, I've just done about 80 k's on this road. I really thought it was going to be really dusty and sandy. It's not. It's we've obviously had a bit of rain through here after someone's graded it, and it's rock hard clay and it's rough as guts. So skimming across the top at about 100 k's an hour, and the bike's just copping it. I'm copping it. So I'm just going to let a bit more air out of the tyres and see if we can smooth the ride down a little bit. Alright, I just filled up with fuel in Wellkanye. Yeah, I did a 180 k's on unsealed road to get there. It was rough as guts at the start, then it sort of smoothed off, so I probably did about 100 k's of it standing up. Then I could sit down for a little bit here and there, had to stand up through the sand and stuff, but yeah, got to Wellkanye, and yeah, that town's something different. Definitely something shady going on in the roadhouse there. I don't know, it seems a bit dodgy, but yeah, got a Gatorade and filled up with some fuel, and yeah, now on my way to Whitecliff. I'm going to see if I can stay in an underground motel tonight, so should be pretty cool. Oh, I think that was piss break number 500. I just pulled over. It's getting hot. There's also a heap of cattle along the side of the road, so I had to slow right down because they're just staring at me like they want to run out and jump into me. And I need to put some lip balm on because my lips are getting burnt again. Wind burn. I'm just on my way out of Whitecliffs. Filled up with fuel, got some fuel in the fuel bladder. It's about 250 kilometers to my next stop, which, yeah, there's no fuel in between, so I've filled up the bladder, and yeah, it's already come loose. Clearly it didn't work well. It slipped, so better sort that out. These little one-way tracks, they're pretty cool. The random shit you see out here. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is an emergency landing strip. What a plane! I'm about 138 kilometres out from Tibooburra. I've just done some pretty rough roads at the start, and then they sort of cleaned up. It's like they had a bit of rain a couple of weeks ago and they've been graded, so yeah, now it's tarmac all the way to Tibooburra, so keep cruising. I've got to chuck a bit more air in the front tyre because she's starting to scallop off. Should get me to Cameron's Corner, and then it's going to be a bit of a slow trip back to Broken Hill to get a new front tyre, so yeah, we'll see how we go. Should all be fun and games. I've made it to Tibooburra, pretty cool. Bike's pretty much empty. Haven't really touched the reserve fuel yet, but yeah, she did well. A lot of off-road there. There was 150 kilometres of off-road. The first section was really rough, but it was graded. The second section, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, and I also found a mate. Go ahead, buddy. The only other guy I was seeing out here on a bike. We'll catch up later for a beer, I think. I normally just ride straight into a town and go get a beer. So, beer, then find out where I'm staying, which is normally where I've had the beer, because I have more than one beer and that turns into me having to, yeah, wheel the bike somewhere. And anyway, you get the picture. Well, where I was going to stay is now burnt down, so on the next episode, I finally made my way to Cameron Corner and stayed at a cool little roadhouse where the flies were thick and the air was hot. It was pretty bloody awesome, I tell you now. What a relief. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.